day. Thank you for joining us today for this global meditation. So in this global meditation, first we're going to clear our energy, balance our energy, so that we are in a better space to hold the frequency of peace, hold the frequency of joy, love, and alignment. And then we will send that into the earth. We're going to send that into the collective consciousness. And then I'm really excited because this Soul Family Friday is going to be different. We're going to work with crystals. So we're going to help to activate the black tourmaline crystals around the world so that they can hold this energy of protection over all of the beings on earth and Mother Earth herself. So I am really excited for us to do this crystal activation with the Earth's energy lines and with the Earth's crystals themselves. So please introduce yourself in the chat. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Happy Friday. This Soul Family Friday is something that we do the last Friday of every month, where we gather together and we send light, we send peace to the earth and also to the collective consciousness. And sometimes we occasionally focus on the timelines as well, because as you know, your energy, your consciousness travels faster than the speed of light. And that's why it's so powerful when you are able to hold peace in yourself, when you can hold unity within yourself, when you can hold joy, safety, if you can really embody that energy frequency within your own emotions, within your own mental structure, embodying these essences then helps you to become a pillar for that frequency. It's kind of like a radio wave. You become a radio wave that then other people on the earth, other species on the earth, including the animals, the plants, the minerals on earth, can attune and receive some of that frequency that you're holding on to. So that's why we host these. And let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. We have Althea from Japan, welcome. Create Your Reality from Idaho, welcome. Vega Bound from Melbourne, welcome. Julia from France. Anna from Berlin, Sophia from Sweden, Namaste from Philippines, Tina from New Jersey, Moon Muffin, I love your name, from California, Peekaboo Patterns, Garima from India, welcome. Angie from Miami, Christina from Romania, Zohal from LA, Bright Light from Alberta, Wonder Woman from Tennessee. Welcome. And so what we're going to do is we're first going to just connect heart to heart. So these Soul Family Fridays, they actually started in 2020 when I asked one of my main spirit guides, Goddess Isis, Goddess All Set, the Egyptian goddess of healing, magic, and protection. I asked her, like, what do we need to be doing right now? Because remember, it's kind of like, so long ago. But in 2020, we were stuck in so much confusion. We didn't know what was going to happen with the world. And she said that we needed to have places to connect with open hearts, to really remove the masks, and not just like the masks that we were wearing during COVID, but like remove the masks, the layers that we've put on with our ego personalities, and strip those away and really just connect heart to heart at a soul level. So this is a space for you to just truly be yourself. And I'm really curious to hear from you. How have you been feeling? Like, genuinely, how have you been feeling in this past month? Happy solstice, by the way. We just had the solstice on June 20th. That was not just the start of summer and winter, but it was the start of a new set of soul lessons. So you can think about life on earth like a school, but now it's starting to become a playground. But because it's also a school where we learn soul lessons, where we evolve as not just human personas with our personal development, but it's also about soul and spiritual development, a lot of wisdom. And during the June 20th solstice, this huge portal opened. It's still open, and that's where we were navigating and clearing karmic cycles, karmic lessons, karmic vows, karmic contracts, and specifically as it relates to the witch wound. Now, we've all been, unfortunately, many of us in past lives have been persecuted. Even in this reincarnation, we've been silenced for using our voices. And so with this solstice, it was a big, one of the big themes was about soul freedom and reclaiming that freedom within your essence. So we have the physical body, we have the mental body, we have the emotional body, and we have the karmic body. I don't know about you all, but I was super tired like this last week. I'm moving across the world, that's part of it, packing and getting all that stuff ready, but also this clearing of karma that's happening. Now this happens automatically. Your soul is so evolved, so wise, so powerful that it does this healing work for you, but then some of it also tends to happen. You have to make the conscious choices in this timeline, right? In this, even though it's a karmic past life persecution or whatever that dynamic was, it is still, you are able to impact it with the present choices that you're making today. And so I know we're seeing a lot of censorship. We're seeing people getting kidnapped off the streets in the US and all of these things, and everywhere in the world, you know, and so it's really like being put to our faces so that the shadows cannot be healed. The collective human consciousness, the shadows cannot be healed until we are aware of them. And that's why we're seeing so many atrocities. We're seeing so many things happening in the world right now for us to integrate, for us to heal them, and so that we can stop playing these karmic cycles of our race is better than your race, our religion is better than your religion, so we can finally end these karmic cycles once and for all. So I want to hear from you how you're feeling genuinely. Like, there's so much going on, right? From natural disaster, political events, just global events, social events in general. Lots of stuff happening in our dream, in the dream world. That's like the fourth dimension. That's where a lot of this karma stuff gets cleared up too. So I'm curious to hear how you're genuinely feeling and how you're moving through this period, because time is honestly, it is accelerating since 2020, since we had the great conjunction with Jupiter and Saturn now happening in air signs. Air is the fastest element, and because now we're in this age of Aquarius, I know this is so confusing. Aquarius sounds like a water sign, but it's actually an air sign. So now that we're in the age of Aquarius, it's things are moving much faster because of that air element, that air essence that's influencing not just time, but also space and all of our energy structures and social structures and physical structures. Because everything first is a wave and then it collapses into the physical material. So this air element is influencing everything in the other dimensions, and then that's why it impacts everything physically here in this plane. So let me see. Hello from LA, from Alberta, France, Arkansas, from England. That explains it. I'm feeling grounded, purposeful, divinely guided, high vibrational at the same time. Starting to feel unwell with a sore throat tonight. Well, like, you know, sit with that sore throat, because one of the things that I was mentioning, right, it's like the witch wound, and it's not necessarily like, you know, we were all witches, but like if you actually look at all of the beautiful teachers that walk this planet, all of the religions, right, they all had their prophets, and all of the prophets were persecuted at one point or another, and they were attacked for spreading the truth. And so this is not just something that we hold about speaking the truth and being afraid of doing that, not just individually, but this is also a collective memory we hold within the web of consciousness, because we're reincarnated in human vessels right now. So yeah, I highly recommend like chanting. Chanting will help you to clear that up. Cough and colds, feverish, trying to do cleaning and rearranging stuff. I'm feeling tired and a huge headache yesterday, but woke up feeling really, really good today, grounded and energized. Feeling super tired and achy lately, recharged in a way, but also overwhelmed energetically. And yeah, and what we're gonna do today is we're gonna first clear and balance our energy before we send peace and love around the world and into the earth. Hello from Italy. I've been staying offline, not watching the news, and spending time in nature. My feet love my lawn. Yeah, I need to be doing that more. So yeah, because I'm moving, and there's all the airplane things happening, and there's also, all the missiles firing off everywhere. I've been having to pay attention to the news to make sure our travel is not affected. But yeah, I wish I could watch the news less right now. I totally agree. Will this live be saved? Yes. And please share this with someone who you think would benefit from this, because the more people that we have doing this energy work, one of the things that we have to understand is that when we meditate with a group, it makes the healing, the manifestations 3 times more powerful in the physical plane. But when we are referring to the quantum realm, to the etheric plane, so I'm referring to 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th dimension, when you meditate with a group, it is like 100 times more powerful. Our brains cannot comprehend it. That's why my guides are like, we're not going to give you a number figure because it's difficult to understand, but it's a quantum effect that happens etherically. And so the more people that we have holding this frequency of peace, and that more that we focus our intentions on sending peace into the earth, into the collective consciousness of every being on this planet, this will multiply. I highly recommend you all check out this book. It's called Power versus Force by Dr. David Hawkins, and there he did research for over 20 years with people from all different races, genders, ages, and over 20 years he developed this skill of consciousness. I actually have it here because I'm packing, so I'm making sure I'm bringing all these things with me. So this is a scale of consciousness. Usually you'll see it as a funnel, but this is from his organization, the Institute of Spiritual Research. And so here, he basically categorized, let me show you the level. This is enlightenment, this is peace, this is joy, love, reason, acceptance, willingness, neutrality, courage, pride, anger, desire, fear, grief, apathy, guilt, and shame. So shame and guilt are the lowest frequencies. So anytime you find yourself in that, try to move yourself into acceptance, because that will help you and everyone else involved in that situation a lot. But what Dr. Hawkins found is that one person who's resonating at love, so love calibrates at 500 hertz. One person who is calibrating at love has the ability to impact 750,000 people who are resonating in fear, grief, apathy, guilt, and shame. So let's think about all the people around the world who are in fear right now. And yeah, we are living in scary times because there's literally very crazy leadership all over the world. It's like all the leaders are acting like little babies. And that's also, I'm grateful for that, because then it's reminding us to call our power back from these institutions, right? And to just be more conscious about who we are voting into power. So you as an individual have the ability to impact 750,000 people around you. So this is based on 20 years of research of Dr. David Hawkins. And if you want to read more about it, the book is called Power versus Force. I recommend, you can listen to the audiobook. That's what I did, and it just tells you of how he came up with this scale of consciousness. One of the things that is very important for us to do right now is remember, it's good that we're getting together and doing these global meditations. Also connect with people in person. Right now, as we're moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, it's about cultivating community once again. So the age of Aquarius is the age of community. So connect with the easiest way to find a local group of like-minded individuals is go to your local metaphysical shop, go to your local crystal shop, because they'll have events going on there. And you know, maybe you start your own global meditations that you guys do in your own city once a month, because the more people that we can have holding this frequency, again, you don't need the whole world to agree to peace, that everyone deserves to live with dignity, with safety, with abundance, with peace. You don't need the whole world to agree. We just need a very few people, and that's what is known as the 144,000 rule of light workers. You just need 144,000 people who are holding this level of consciousness to completely transform the whole consciousness of a planet. So it's not that many of us that we need, but the more of us that we can hold this energy, the faster that we will get through this world war that we're moving through. And so one of the things I also want to mention is that don't just rely on these global meditations. Also, every time that you're eating, you can remember you are just as powerful as Goddess Aset, Goddess Isis, Yeshua, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, etc. Right? They were there to remind us of our power. And so you have the power to bless. Whenever you're eating a yummy meal, whenever you're drinking water, you can bless the water, bless the food, give it gratitude to the earth, and then ask for anyone who may need water, anyone who may need food, that this food is duplicated for them. So I bring in Yeshua to help me to do this, and I do this before every single meal, because there are, like, we're very blessed to you know, have access to Wi-Fi, have a home, be safe, but there's so many people all over the world, even in the United States, who are hungry right now. And so if we can, you know, it's every single day you can do all of these things etherically, because you have to understand that your energy, your intentions, your thoughts travel faster than the speed of light. That is how powerful you are. And right now we have to remember this power and actively work with this power for our highest good and the highest good of all, right? It's a balance of service to self and service to others. And that's where the real magic happens. That's where you can really embody enlightenment, and you can really live heaven on earth. Like, despite what's happening in the world, we can live on heaven on earth, and it's a choice that we have, right? Fifth dimension, that's something you can plug into like a radio station. It's gonna take 200, 300 years for it to happen, for, you know, the whole collective and the structures to actually anchor. But for us, we can already start to tune into that reality. So for some reason, I'm like, the Instagram's not working, so I'm glad that you guys are here. And we'll start the meditation here right now in a second, but that's one thing that you can do, right? Like, just bless your food, hold the intention that this meal will be duplicated. And what I like to do is I just like to visualize the net of consciousness. So you can think about, like, you can look at, do you see that right here? This is Metatron's cube. So go online and look up the flower of life. So there's a huge flower of life surrounding our planet. It's etheric. It's like a energy tattoo. Okay, you visualize the energy tattoo made of light around the earth, and then you just hold the intention that your food is getting sent into this flower of life around the earth, and it's getting duplicated, the food for anyone who may need it, right? And we mean anyone, including animals, not just humans, right? Because we share this planet with so many different species. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing I like to do is whenever there's like a really chaotic event, like for example, there's a volcanic eruption, there's a tsunami, there's an earthquake, there's a bombing, there's something happening like this, I first like allow myself to feel the emotion, right? We can't fake it. Like, right, we are the ego and we are the soul. So we have to honor the space of the ego, and the ego is here to help us to survive. And so I let my ego like freak out. I let it process the emotions, and then I take very deep breaths, because the breaths help me to bring my energy from being scattered and freaking out to helping it to be more harmonized, right? The goal for us is peace is really difficult, but peace, to me, harmony means peace that's flowing consistently. So peace, I like to think about peace as harmony, because harmony, like a song, the song notes are always changing. So I want to be always changing with whatever's happening, right? Because the present moment is always changing. And so you harmonize yourself with whatever's happening, and the breath allows you to do this. So once you are feeling calm, feeling centered, then I share my feelings of safety with with those people who were impacted by that missile hit, with that tornado, with that flooding, whatever it is, right? So you and then you can send light to optimize that situation for everyone involved. And one of the things that I was sharing yesterday in our Golden Age Alchemy Academy group call is that we are at the beginning stages of a very intense 2 years. So this is I don't like to be the bearer of bad news. The bad news is like, be strong and be resilient for the next 2 years, because what we're seeing happen is going to continuously happen. And we're gonna just be bombarded with a lot of changes, a lot of violence, a lot of intense natural disasters. But the good news about that is that it's gonna only really be peaking in its intensity for 2.5 years or so. So remember, nurture yourself, nourish yourself. We just had the Cancer new moon. Cancer is all about nourishment, right? And it's important for us, yes, to nourish our communities, and at the same time nourish ourselves, because we can't help others when we are super sleepy, financially unstable, emotionally unstable, mentally unstable, right? So focus on your home energy field first, so you can pour out and radiate your light, your resources, your support to others. So on that note, we're gonna start off the meditation. And one of the things that I'm going to quickly mention is, today we're going to be doing something different with the global meditation. So if you can, go grab a black tourmaline crystal. So I was at the Grand Canyon for the solstice, and I saw all of the different layers that make up the Grand Canyon, and a lot of them are made by quartz crystals, granite crystals. And so one of the things that came up there was working with crystals now and helping to anchor in a new set of data in the earth. So crystals, I want you to look at crystals in two ways. First of all, there's a being inside of here. So the beings that live inside of crystals, they resonate typically at the 5th dimensional consciousness. Very evolved, spiritual, very wise, evolved beings. The second way I want you to look at crystals is that they are like USB sticks. I know we don't use USB sticks, but most of us know what they are, floppy disks. If you remember those archaic things, this is holding memory, okay? It holds data. That's why all of the computer chips in the world hold quartz crystals. The quartz is what helps to hold the memory on your computer. And so with these crystals, they're holding a lot of our intensity, right? Most of humanity right now is really afraid of what's gonna unfold. We're very anxious, we're very angry. I'm talking about the collective, right? Like most of humanity. I know you guys are luckily on a better set of foundations because of the work that you're doing. So you should celebrate yourself for that. And so with what we're going to do is all of that intensity is being absorbed by Mother Earth. And the reason why we are going to be working with black tourmaline specifically is because black tourmaline is the great alchemist. Because black tourmaline helps to transform that anxiety, the fear, the anger from the collective, and it helps to transform it, right? But we as humans, we have to work with these crystal beings. Everyone, most of us are not at the fifth dimension, like always, like crystal beings are. We pop in and out of third, fourth, fifth dimensional consciousness. And so our role as we're balancing between third dimensional, fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional consciousness is to hold that life force. We as humans are the bridge between the physical and the etheric. And so we have this really special role to play and a unique role to play where we can be that bridge. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to activate first, we're going to give gratitude to all of the tourmaline crystals on the earth, and then we're going to infuse them with our infuse them, okay? And we're going to infuse them to activate their protective nature, because unfortunately, nuclear warfare is a timeline reality. It's one of the timeline potentials, right? There's many different timeline potentials and they're always changing. And so what we want to do is we want to protect the earth. We don't want to destroy the earth. Like when in Atlantis, we almost destroyed the earth and destroyed our whole civilization in the process. We don't want to repeat that karmic cycle that our Atlantean ancestors made. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate the protective nature of black tourmaline to help us to transmute this violence that's happening in our world so that we can protect the earth, because the earth is carrying so much right now. It's very, very, very important for all of us to be working with the earth. And then afterwards, if you feel called to, if you can, dig your crystal in the earth, or throw it into a lake, a river, an ocean. That would be really wonderful. So I'll be digging this black tourmaline in the earth, because you know how, have you ever experienced telepathy with a friend or a family member? Let me know in the comments. Let me turn on the chat. I don't even know if this is working. Okay, I hope the chat's working, but have you ever experienced telepathy? Like you're thinking of someone and then they text you or they give you a call? Has that ever happened to you? So one of the reasons is because we have an energy cord with this person, right? We are connected to them via this net of consciousness. And so these crystals, they are also connected to each other via this net of consciousness. So all the black tourmalines, they talk to each other. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get all of the black tourmalines to, we're trying to clear their energy, because as humanity, we gave them way too much to deal with. So first we're going to clear their energy, and we're going to try to basically connect them and strengthen their connection together for the purpose of protecting the earth, right? So programming them with these intentions. So that is what we're going to do. And so if you have black tourmaline, go get your black tourmaline. Also, if you have go grab a candle right now. We'll light our candles together. And one of the things I wanted to also share with you is that I got these really beautiful crystal bracelets. So this is a selenite bracelet. And the reason why I'm wearing selenite is because selenite is really wonderful for clearing and balancing your energy. It helps you to be more calm. So if any of you work with crystals, make sure you wear your crystal on the left side of your body, because the left side is for receiving energy. And then here on this arm, I have this hawk eye crystal. So this one's really good for focus. And I'm wearing it on my right side because it's to give energy, to help you guys to focus in this meditation that we're gonna do. So focus our intentions. And I got these really beautiful crystals from Otter Spirit. So I get an email every single week with different companies trying to get me to promote their things, and I'm very, very selective, because for me, one of my purposes is to help to create fifth dimensional businesses, right? Businesses that focus on the highest good of all, not just like the business itself or the monetary aspect. And one of the reasons why I decided to partner up with Otter Spirit is because they have really good quality crystals, and they donate $1 of every purchase of every bracelet to support wildlife efforts. So they focus on rebuilding the habitat for otters. And so if you are looking to get new crystals, you can use my code SOL20 in the description of this video if you're looking for new crystals to get. But I really love this, and I love the work that they're doing. And for all of you who are having businesses, I highly encourage you to create some type of donation structure within your business so you can start to transform the way business is being done here in this physical plane, because that's very, very, very important right now. All right, so we're going to light our candles together. So when we're lighting our candles, my candle's over there, so I'm gonna go and grab it. You're gonna have 3 intentions. Your first intention is to light this crystal or light this candle for yourself to bring more light into your essence. The second intention is going to be to light the candle for all of the beings on this planet. Remember, there's beings living in the inner earth, there's also plants, and there's minerals, and there's animals, and of course humans. So light it for all beings on earth to bring more light into them, including Mother Earth as well. She's a being alive with consciousness. And then the last intention when you light your candle is to light this for everyone who's watching this right now in this present moment, for people who are going to watch the recording in the future. And if you're watching this in the future, you're going to light the candle for everyone who watched this in the past, right? Because past, present, future are all happening now. And so when we light our candles, the fire helps to connect all of that, because fire exists beyond time, which is why in alchemy we work with fire, water, air, earth, and ether. So those are your 3 intentions. And go ahead and light your candle now. And if you don't have a candle, no worries, I will light my candle for you. Make sure there's no fire hazards near you. And also, please make sure that you hydrate yourself, drink some water before we start. And I'm going to play some nature sounds in the background. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to play that. And then in the meantime, I wanna hear what messages you are all receiving. What messages have your spirit guides giving you, your soul, your higher self? Share them in the chat. I see an amazing world ahead. Those are the messages I receive constantly. Oh, that's amazing. Do you see anything about what that world looks like? I'm curious to hear. Because one of the things that we have to be doing is we have to be having these conversations. We all know the government sucks, the economy structure sucks, the educational system sucks, the health structure sucks. We all know that. And so we need to be having conversations about what those new structures are going to look like. Because right now we're seeing the collapse of those structures. And so a lot of us are going to be involved in the creation of those new structures. And so the more conversations we have about what they will look like, the more that will help to anchor in those structures. The message is, it is time. I feel despair, having a hard time to activate my imagination, to imagine positivity, not my nature, so it's weird to have a block with my mental imagination. Yeah, and one of the things is that I highly encourage you to practice energy hygiene every single day. If you're brushing your teeth twice a day, do you think you need to be cleansing your energy field twice a day? Most likely, right? Especially right now, because we can feel people's anger, we can feel people's fear and anxiety. Maybe not consciously, but over time it builds up, and then that's why you get irritated out of nowhere. That's why you're feeling more tired than usual, because all of this thing is like draining your energy. And so clearing, practicing energy hygiene is super, super important. Meditate, meditate, and no judgment at all. Accept all as there is a purpose for all happenings. Oh, that's way too loud. Um, Send love and healing to the collective and connect with the new earth to create oneness. I love that message. Thank you for sharing that, Chandini. Marie said, my message is to embrace and spread the energy of authenticity and intuition. Yes, intuition is so key right now. Paulina said, hola Sol, it's been a while, feels good to be here. The message that comes through me is this. So while we're waiting for Paulina to type up her message, let me know in the chat if you can hear the bird sounds in the background. I'm gonna make it a little bit higher. Release all illusions, only light is true. Anything else, release it. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Paulina. Okay, perfect. Thanks for letting me know, Jennifer. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to drink some water. So one of the other reasons why we are working with black tourmaline today is because black tourmaline is yes, it's the alchemist stone, but it also is found very it's very abundant in nearly every region of the world. So black tourmaline, you can find it almost in every continent. So I wanted to have a stone that we could all connect with, no matter where in the world you're located. Love and health for the planet and beings. I see easy jobs, high salaries. I see happy children because the school is wonderful and the teachers are serene. I see art and beauty everywhere, luxury, harmony, prosperity, and health. Free hospitals. That's beautiful. Nelly said, healing, grounding, confidence, growth, spirituality, and higher consciousness. Yes, and again, we have the power to create this. As something is as the old is being destroyed, the new is being birthed right now, and that's what's really exciting about these times. And so where our focus goes is where our energy goes, so we need to focus on that. And some of us are here to be the bridges in between the two. One thing on a personal note is I'm really grateful for all of you being here. We've been hosting these Soul Family Fridays since 2020 every month, And this is actually the last Soul Family Friday that I'm going to be doing in the US. So I am moving to Thailand next week. So this is also kind of like a closure point for me as we start to host these Soul Family Fridays abroad. But of course, you know, we're always connected etherically. Space is an illusion. It looks very real to us here in this third plane, but it's not really there. And something I wanted to share, because I know someone said that you feel a lot of despair. Remember that, ask yourself if it's your job to process that despair for the collective. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. I have a video on my YouTube channel. It's called like 5 ways to protect your energy for empaths. And that one will help you to understand what energy is yours and what energy is not yours. So when I actually used to live in Singapore, when I moved to the US, when I moved back to the US, we flew into JFK. I kid you not, I took one step off of the airplane and I puked everywhere. It was so embarrassing because I was at the front of the plane. We were one of the first people, and it was just like a hose in the and the reason is because at the time I used to transmute energy via that way. Now instead I burp because that was way too demanding on my body. And so also, like, whenever I would hug people afterwards, I would puke because I would be transmuting their energy. But then I realized, okay, that's not my job anymore. But when I stepped my foot off the plane, I just released and transmuted a lot for the US. And the US is going through a lot. If you live here, you obviously know that. One of the reasons is astrologically, the US is having its Pluto return. Pluto is a planet of death, rebirth, transformation, power, and secrets. And so this is all happening now, and it's meant to be happening. So don't be afraid of anything that's unfolding. And you know, just keep holding the light and embodying the type of society you want to see, no matter where you're located in the world. And yeah, I know it's really difficult right now being an empath, and I highly recommend you watch that video because it's going to help a lot with that. So let's go ahead and get started. Take another sip of water if you're feeling thirsty, because that's a sign that you're dehydrated already. And you don't need to look at the screen anymore. And I'm just going to guide you into this. So just go ahead and close your eyes, roll your shoulders back, and we're going to take a deep belly breath in, breathing in, hold, and gently exhale out for 6 counts. Breathe in, hold, and gently exhale out for 6 counts. Now breathe in deeply and scrunch up all of your muscles. Make your face tight, make your fists tight, your abs, your legs, your toes. Tighten all of your muscles. Hold tight, tight, tight. And sigh out and let go. And breathe out any heaviness that you've been carrying, that you picked up this month. Again, we're gonna do it. Breathe in. Tight, tight, tight. Make all of your muscles clench. As tight as you can. And now breathe out, sigh out, and release. And now just shake your body. Release any remaining tension, energy that you're holding on. Breathe it out. And we're gonna start off by placing our hands on our heart. The heart has a huge electromagnetic field. It expands out many miles actually. But we don't have the sophisticated scientific equipment to actually measure this. And as you're focused on your heart space, take a moment to feel gratitude for your body, that it carried you through another season as you're starting the fall or the winter, the summer. Thank your body for being so strong in this last season, for supporting you. And breathe in that love into your heart and send it into all of your cells in your body. As you're focused on your heart space now, take a moment to feel gratitude for the crystal that you're holding. Thank the crystal for choosing to work with you, for choosing to follow you. Thank it for all of its support. And as you're focused on your heart space, take a moment to give gratitude to Mother Earth and thank her for all the delicious water, the yummy food, the delicious essential oils that you get to enjoy. Thank Mother Earth for all of the ways that she nourishes you. She provides a home for you. Beautiful. And before we get started, we're going to harmonize and clear our energy field. So you're going to focus on 3 feet in front of you, to the left, to the right, above, below, behind you. And this is your energy field. For some of you, maybe 6 feet, 9 feet. Just observe. And you are going to chant Om. Om is a frequency that cleanses energy and it harmonizes at the same time. So as you're chanting, hold that intention. Breathing in from the belly. And feel all those sound waves, the vibrations, clearing and harmonizing your field. And breathe out any residue that you're holding of any energy you picked up this last month. Breathe that out of your energy field. And now you can place your hands on your lap, or you can keep them on your heart. And remember, you're holding the crystal in your left hand. So we're gonna first create a safe space around us before we do this energy work. So coming directly from God, from source, from spirit, from the universe, from creation, you choose. You can see a beautiful golden light emerging. And as you breathe in this golden light with its own life force, its own consciousness, it's creating a beautiful golden pyramid made of light that's covering all of your energy field. And as you feel this pyramid surrounding you, hold the intention that only energy that is in total alignment with your highest good can come in through your pyramid. Breathe out all distortions, all imbalances. And you can feel this really solid pyramid around you now. This is your sacred space. And only energy that is in total alignment with your highest good can come in. And breathe out all remaining distortions, imbalances to the outside of your pyramid. And now, focusing on the bottom of your feet, you can feel your roots now going into the earth, connecting with the black tourmaline of the earth. So focus on the black tourmaline you're holding in your hands and on the black tourmaline crystals in the earth. And we're going to give gratitude for all of these beautiful crystal beings, for all of their support, for helping us to transform energy, and for all of their wisdom. And you're going to hum or sing or chant. And as you do this, you're holding the intention that all of these black tourmalines on the earth are starting to come into harmony and sync with each other. Kind of like how bees work in a beehive. All aligning. So go ahead, hum, sing, or chant for the crystals. And with each sound that you make, you're strengthening the electric circuit between these crystals. You're strengthening their energetic bonds. Breathe in. And you can feel the crystals vibrating, pulsating. And now we're going to infuse the crystals that you're holding in your hand. If you don't have a black tourmaline, then you're going to focus on your roots that are being connected to the black tourmaline of the earth. And thank this black tourmaline for its consciousness, its presence. And now thank the crystal, talk to it via telepathy, and thank it for protecting the earth. Across time and space. Because these crystals have been around for hundreds of thousands of years. They're like the sacred guardians of the earth. And as you thank it for protecting the earth, you can see, feel an electric current going into all of the other black tourmalines within the earth. And now send any color light from your heart into this energy current that's connecting all of these black tourmalines, filling them with love for all of the work that they do for this beautiful planet. And one of the reasons why crystals are so powerful is because they emit negative ions, which are really helpful for the well-being of the earth and our own well-being. And so now as you start to send this energy current, you can see a torus field emerging around the earth. It's kind of like a battery with a positive and negative. And harmonizing the magnetic North Pole with this crystal current. And now send the crystal currents to harmonize the magnetic South Pole of the earth. And now you can see the flower of life becoming brighter around the earth. It's kind of like a battery that we have to constantly nourish, just like we charge our phones every day. We're charging the earth's field. And as you see this flower of life surrounding the earth now, take a moment to send peace. Take a moment to focus on your heart and feel the peace of the birds in the background as they enjoy the delicious nectar from the flowers, as they enjoy bathing in the springs, as they enjoy soaring through the wind, gliding with their wings. Feel that peace in your heart. Feeling peaceful for this present moment, that you're fully safe here now in your body. that you're fully supported by these beautiful crystal beings, by Mother Earth, who nourishes you constantly, and by this beautiful family of alchemists all over the world. And you feel this rainbow light emerging from your heart. As we all merge our hearts with our unique rays, send this rainbow light into the flower of life around the earth and infuse the earth's grid with peace. Feeling that peace flowing into all of the layers of the earth, the magnetosphere, the stratosphere, the ground, the mantle, the core of the earth, the oceans. It's like a rainbow light show. And as you breathe that peace, share this feeling with all beings on this planet. May all beings be at peace. May they be safe. May they be free. And it's so beautiful because this flower of life is now like multi-dimensional. And that's because the earth is multi-dimensional. In consciousness, there's many versions of the earth. Now we're choosing to anchor the version of earth that's filled with harmony and peace for all beings. And in your mind or out loud, focusing on your heart, focusing on the rainbow light, choose that timeline. I am choosing a peaceful timeline for all beings. I am choosing a peaceful timeline for myself. I am choosing a peaceful timeline for my family. And we're going to ask all of the beautiful beings of light to support us with divine intervention according to the original plan of creation for the highest and greatest good of all. Knowing that all is well as we're moving through huge cycles of endings and beginnings. Astrologically, cosmically, within the solar cycles, within the planetary cycles, within climate cycles. That's why there's this multi-dimensional flower of life. And now focusing on the crystal you're holding on, place it on your heart and infuse it with this rainbow light. Thanking it for its role, for its support, and thanking it for protecting the earth. Now, keep your eyes closed, place your crystal aside. If you're wearing glasses, please remove your glasses. And we're going to rub our palms together. Bring your awareness back into your body. Holding on to this feeling, this breath of harmony. Rub your palms. activate all of your chakras in your hands. Place your hands on top of your eyes and breathe in to your pineal gland and optimizing light up and down your spine, up and around your energy field, to optimize all of your energy field now. And place your hands on your heart. Breathe this energy in and exhale air. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. It's very, very important that you drink 3 times more water for the rest of today and ideally tomorrow, because as we work with crystals, they help to activate us. So rest, listen to your body, stretch the back of your neck, because right now we're receiving activations from the solstice and the solar storm that we had today. And oh, it's so beautiful. There's a hummingbird like right above. And thank you so much for sharing your love, sharing your energy with the earth. Please share this with someone who will benefit, because I'm sure you're feeling better now. So the more people that we can get to do this work, the more that we'll anchor in that multidimensional earth that holds that peace. Because the energy blueprint must be first. It's like the scaffolding, the structure, in order for the physical to manifest. The energy must always come first. And then we're moving to Thailand next week, and I would really appreciate it if you can send some love to my 2 huge German Shepherds, Emmy and Nirvana, because it's a 33-hour long flight. Send some love to my cat, Kuno, because I'm kind of worried about, I know they're going to be fine, but as a mom, I'm like freaking out that they're gonna be on a 33-hour flight. So please send some love to my fur babies. I would really appreciate that. So send them peace, send them calmness. That would mean a lot to me. And if you are interested in learning of how to work deeper with fire, water, air, earth, with the elements that exist beyond time and space, so you can open up your psychic abilities, so you can open up your innate healing abilities, because now is the time for us not to go out to psychics and healers anymore, but for us to turn on those psychic abilities, for us to turn on those healing abilities, so we can call our power back. If you want to know how to do that in a safe way using ancient Egyptian alchemy, you can find more information about the Alchemy Academy in the description of this video. And I am wishing you an incredible July. Happy solstice again. Much love, alchemists. Bye.